All right, hey, I'm Slash, and I'm a co-producer on the horror movie Nothing Left to Fear, which is coming out on Anchor Bay Pictures. Making this soundtrack album and putting it out through Pledge just seemed to me a great way to, one, have a personal interaction with fans as far as getting them a record, not having to go through the traditional sort of record store outlets and iTunes and what other outlets there are, to do something where I could actually present the record almost personally to them. And so I just thought this would be a great opportunity to work with Pledge and be able to do something to give back to the fans. I got into producing horror movies basically on a whim. I wasn't aspiring to be a movie producer, but I'm a huge horror fan for as long as I can remember, all the way back to when I was a little kid living in England. And at some point a few years ago, a friend of mine, Rob Eric, who is a producer himself, he and I had many conversations about horror movies, and I was really interested in trying to change the genre back to something that was a little bit more story-driven and character-driven and psychologically scary, you know, as opposed to the blood and guts fare that have become such popular franchises as of late. And so over the course of a few conversations, he thought that I would be a good candidate for producing, you know, based on my knowledge. And he told me this, and I was like, yeah. I really didn't take it seriously. But for about a year, he looked for scripts, horror scripts, and you know, would have me read them, and I give my feedback and so on. And then when I finally found a script that actually there was 3 scripts that I really liked. One of them was Nothing to Fear, and at that point he says, let's actually make this movie. And so that was really how Slasher Film started. Nothing Left to Fear. It's definitely not a guitar-driven score. It is primarily an orchestra. And there's a lot of sound effects and, like I said, sound design involved as well, which aren't instruments really per se, but different kinds of sounds mixed in with it. But there's a lot of melodies that I wrote on guitar, which he transposed to various different instruments. And it actually came out really cool. And there is some guitar in it, but not enough to say it's anything like a guitar album in the slightest. In purchasing the soundtrack album through Pledge, fans are going to be able to get exclusively through Pledge posters, signed records, signed t-shirts, information like this interview, and other bits and pieces of stuff that they wouldn't be able to get anywhere else. I want to thank you for watching this video and listening to some of the information having to do with Nothing Left to Fear. You'll be able to get all kinds of content, stuff that I'm going to be updating on this site, you know, over a period of time. So you'll be getting information that you can't get anywhere else, and also a lot of interesting anecdotes about the making of the movie and the making of the soundtrack and some of the characters that were involved. So stay tuned.